What do we have here? Okay, basic folder, flipper. Why ain't that thing going? Oh, what do we got here? That's different. Okay. Oh, I like surprises. Okay, okay. Ooh, look at that. Just look at it. Interesting. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video here at Gideon's Tactical. We're in another blade review on the Buck Paradigm. And I do apologize in advance for any cracks and squeaks in my voice. I'm coming over a head cold. We're down here in Florida near Daytona Beach, as my family and I are been on the road for the last year, RVing. Loving it, but my body's not used to the humidity, and I got a little head cold, and it's sticking around a little bit longer than I usually do because I'm in normally drier climates. So my voice sounds very Barry White, and then goes to weird cracks and nasally. I apologize in advance. I'm feeling good aside from my voice, basically. So the Paradigm from Buck, nothing new. The Paradigm design and concept has been around for a while. This is just their newest version with some new features. This is the assisted opening flipper version. There is a push button auto where basically the flipper would not be there and the automatic button feature would be that pivot point right there, and boom, it would fire open, but the locking mechanism is kind of the same from what I understand. So we're gonna be looking at the assisted opening version here. So just kind of run down real quick how this all works and operates. So this is a safety feature. If it's just, you know, slim looking like this, no one's gonna be able to open that. What you have to do is push that aluminum bolster lock. So that is a piece of aluminum right there, as you can see. So it's not polymer or anything like that. It's got the little tab to keep it from going too far. Now the blade is free to be deployed. Now what I've found is that if you do a longer pull motion, because this is not like an automatic feature, this thing you have to manually move. So you could just do this, but then the thing is there, right? And then you have to manually push it down, and now it's locked. What I found I do is here's my knife, I need to open it, boom, and then in one full motion, I not only flip, but also close the lock. And now there's the tool, and we're ready to rock and roll. So it's a simple motion, but you kind of got to get used to it. Then you have to kick it back up in order to close it. If this is opened like that, it will not close itself. You have to kick this guy open. Got some nice little milling right there to grab, you know, so it's not bad. And then you got to close that sucker against the spring. So just to show you how if I can here, the lock works kind of like a pivot lock on an auto. You can see there it going in and out. So that's just how that works. So it's basically like a pivot lock on, say, an auto, you know, that you would have back there, push button. Or piston lock. I'm all fumbling all over the place today, but you get it. So that's kind of how it works. So it's fully functional, does what it's supposed to do. Some people like it, some people will not. But it's different, it's unique. So you're like, okay, that's cool. How's the lockup on this design? Well, I don't know if I just got a bad model or what, but it's kind of bad. I don't know how well you guys are gonna see this on frame. I got some serious up and down, and I got some serious side to side. I mean, I've had SOG knives that are tighter than this. So, I mean, there's definitely like a lot of play and wobble, and I've worked with the pivot, can't seem to get it to tighten up anymore. I did get this sent to me from Buck, so I don't know if I just got like a bad one, or if, you know, that's just kind of how the model is, and it's loosey-goosey, but there's a lot of play in that lock. It seems solid, but there's just the tolerances seem really loose to me, and I'd like to hear from you guys in the comments if you own one or have handled one. How is the lockup? I'm sure that will help with some people's decision making. Now, aside from that, the fit and finish is excellent. I'm super happy with all the lines, all the dimensions, everything else seems to be really well done, and either, you know, again, you'll like the lock design or you won't. So moving on to the blade itself, and as we do that, you may be kind of asking yourself, you know, like, okay, well, what's the pricing on this? Because we are looking at Boss S35 VN steel on the blade. Love that steel. Buck knows what they're doing with their heat treats, and it's super cool to see an upgraded steel versus just, say, 420HC. 420HC is great. They don't currently have a version with that steel on it. The auto and this assisted open will both have that S35 VN. And we'll touch on pricing, because, you know, when we think Buck, I mean, we're definitely thinking more like this. This thing is dope. S30V, micarta aluminum bolsters, pocket clip. This video coming on this guy soon. This is the new 110. But, you know, this is more what we think of. So this is definitely more in the streamlined, like modern EDC materials, different type of locking mechanism, all that stuff. S35VN, American made. This guy goes for $190, and the push button auto goes for about $210 on average. So I mean, that is a pretty penny. I will have a bunch of links for you guys below. I do appreciate when you use the hyperlinks, regardless if it's for this gear or any other that you see here. When you use the distributor links that I offer, just helps me continue to do what I do. So really appreciate that. That's kind of the market. If you look at S35VN American made pocket knives, they go right around like 175 to like 220, just depends on the manufacturer and what they're doing. So I mean, it's not unreasonable for the materials. I think for a lot of people, particularly with the kind of different nuances of the tool, it might be smart, honestly, to have a 420HC version, say, make it 50, 60 bucks, so people can get into the design, and then, maybe make that glass reinforced nylon and, do some more, budget friendly features, and bring down the what's the word I'm looking for? The prestige of the tool and the materials. And then if people really like it, then, there's that S35VN version with the G10 and stuff. So, that's a pretty penny for the model with the unique design. Now, the blade shape and performance is excellent, guys. Hollow grind, about a 3 1/4 inch overall, 3 inches of actual cutting edge, great relief edge. I mean, stupid sharp with basically a spear point with a massive swedge that is lethal for your kids' packaging that shows up on the doorstep from Amazon. I mean, whatever their favorite toy is, their Hot Wheel that shows up or whatever, their Nerf gun, and you gotta slash and pierce through that material. I mean, this is wicked and deadly for that type of stuff. I mean, it's gonna pierce like none other. So on that front, it's a great EDC tool, general utility. I was very happy with it. Great edge retention because of that type of steel, and it's very, very, very functional. And very lethal, not only in its look, but also in how it can perform for your general utility tasks. Now, as we move on to the handle, you have an aluminum spacer, a little bit of flow through, steel liners, and then G10, good texture, medium grit G10, I would say. Kind of more of a coffin design, a little bit squared off, machined sides, but kind of looks like a coffin a little bit. And when we open this bad boy up, you can see there, my large size hands, I'm just barely on that thing. Now the flipper in this version kind of acts as a good guard, grabs you, but my pinky's just about to come off. I mean, it's fine, but with my large size hands, I would say that this is a medium size handle overall, and it's kind of a beefy weight as well. It comes in at 4.8 ounces. So for kind of a smaller folder, it's pretty beefy. The handle's kind of thick, so that helps with your grip and stuff. But yeah, it's a kind of a beefy, kind of stubby pit bull, bulldog maybe is a better animal reference for this, kind of squared, clunky, not bad, but doesn't feel like super slim on the back end. You almost got like this fighter jet front end and then like this tank rear end kind of, so symmetry is a little off to me just in the visuals, to be honest with you. So it's fine, fills out the hand fine. The flipper has extremely aggressive jimping. Now because it's assisted, you don't really feel it because you barely have to hit it to quit it, but it is pretty aggressive there, and if you really ride up on the flipper, you're gonna feel that because of how sharp the flipper is. So just point of reference more than anything else for you. Then we do have a tip up only right or left pocket clip, kind of in that coffin shape as well, blacked out, so that's good retention. And you just unscrew it right here and flip it, and this is a totally ambidextrous blade. Righties or lefties could easily manipulate the tool. So the pocket clip works fine, works good, gives you enough space so you could get over those reinforced pocket clip or pockets, if you have a pair of pants that's like that. So zero issues on that pocket clip. Good recessed screws, so they're nice and flush. So I mean, the fit and finish overall is great. There's zero issues with that. The blade shape itself, the material is all fine. So I don't know, guys. It's not blowing my paradigm on pocket knives. I appreciate the direction that Buck is going in. Kind of going away from the tried and true classics, that are awesome, but getting into more modern materials, more modern designing, and I hope they continue down this road. There's just some aspects to it that I'm a little I don't know. So I want to hear from you guys. What's been your experience, particularly if you own one? How's been your experience? What do you like, don't like? Leave those comments below. Check out the other video popping up. Subscribe if you're not yet a subscriber. And until next time, guys, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and I'll see you out there.